Welcome to our 5th episode of Art Time Is Now. This month we're featuring the Ode to Joy project, the 250th celebration of Beethoven's birth. Internationally, we're having artists who are celebrating what joy means to them and hoping to create inspiration and hopeful moments for the future. We're here at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver, supporting BC Children's Hospital with the Trees of Hope. It's a virtual experience that you can have right from your home, and you can vote on your favorite tree. Thank you, and see the link below. I'm thrilled today to be here with Dr. Silke Cresswell. She is really the spearhead and founder of the BC Brain Wellness Center, and I'm looking forward today to hearing about how we can have the mind-body-spirit connection to have our brains as healthy as possible. I had a wonderful experience of seeing her talk at the planetarium. That was last year before we had COVID-19 hit, and it was an incredible multi-sensory experience to hear about how we can look after our brains, and would love to hear how we can support the programs you're involved in and to hear about how you've pivoted during this time of COVID-19.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Doris. Really appreciate it. And we grew our user base exponentially, and people now come from a wide range of geographic locations. This is entirely run by philanthropy. We've been very fortunate that we have had donors who've really seen that vision and who can see how absolutely important it is to have this community. And this is a community of people who live with chronic brain conditions, so things like Parkinson's or multiple sclerosis, and many other conditions, traumatic brain injuries, mood disorders, and the care partners, which is really important because they usually fall through the cracks. And then all of us, the people who are getting older, and obviously looking after our brain health is super important. So I'm really very, very passionate about preventive interventions, preventive neurology. We can do so much more before something is broken and to keep it whole than to wait until things go wrong.
Because that's going to be taking a holiday break, but starting in January, what new initiatives or possibilities do you see coming?
We grew from initially, 5 programs when we started to now 24 different ones, and that there are different exercise classes, different levels, and there's dance and yoga and high intensity exercise and so on. We have gardening, and we're building a nutrition course, and I'm really excited about that. I love food, and I love healthy, nutritious, wholesome food, and I love gardening and growing that food. And so what we'll have is a collaboration with the teaching kitchen and the lands and food systems and the nutrition section at UBC. And so hopefully we're, fingers crossed, we can look at the farm as well. We're just developing that, and then really having cooking classes as well, and joining and eating together virtually, at least to start with, and hopefully in person. And then lots of arts classes. So we've got music, we have virtual arts and painting. We've got a creative writing, which I think is really important. Writing your own story, uh, um, and particularly in some of those brain conditions where you even forget, where you feel yourself being lost in this condition and you're being changed. And so I think that creative expression and exploring this, who am I and who was I and how am I changing, is actually really important. And then we have improv theater, not so much to entertain people, but to practice communication, to practice yes and. So to really look at that collaboration, which our couples who are part of the program have said has been really helpful as well.
So wonderful, so exciting. I was so thrilled that before I had a chance to meet you, I'd had a donation of some Inuit art and some other art pieces for the Brain Wellness Center.
Mhm.
And it was amazing to have a chance to see them on the walls and realize what a difference it makes. And it's ironic, but over the years, I've had many different people say they've seen the works for different reasons that they've been in. And it's even particularly, there's one that's a maple leaf. And I found it was quite interesting because on one level, it looks like it could be a map. And then when I looked at it again, it looks like it could be the brain. So it's amazing how nature and life and our
Mhm.
human body are so
Yeah.
interconnected, and there's so many different reference points in art to life and to expression. And I'm so
Mhm.
thrilled for all the initiatives that you've taken on, and look forward to participating and helping any way that I can.
That's fantastic. And just to say, I'm in that clinic space, of course, very often, and I see the art all the time, and it delights me, and I have patients comment. And I think it just sets the tone. If you walk into a building to an appointment that you might dread because it is about something where you feel very vulnerable about your brain and maybe not doing so well, and then you are welcomed by this visual art, and I think really completely transforms the space. And to me, it says we care about how you perceive this, we care about you
So brilliant. Thank you so much.
so much.
Our word of the month is also our song, Auld Lang Syne. It comes from Scottish Celtic. And thank you, Robbie Burns, for your wonderful poem. It's to celebrate all things past, to say goodbye, and to welcome the new year. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll drink a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next month's show, where we'll be talking about staging your home, how to tell an original from a giclée, and also how to create some inspiration and joy with art in your home.